more about your relationship with Christian and Sam going back to when he was in 10th or 11th grade. How have you seen him develop this year to the point like he had the kind of game he had against USC?
You know, just his consistency. You know, we incorporated some pressures with him, and they were really good. I mean, he got two. You know, one was a motion, a check that early in the year we couldn't do because he would have struggled getting it. It was a motion to empty, and it was early in the game, and it was a great adjustment that he made with a motion, and just his consistency on what he's doing right now. He has a grasp on what we're wanting him done.
You've always compared guys to people you've seen over your career. Does he remind you of anyone the way he's playing right now?
You know, he's definitely an NFL guy. I mean, he's a guy that he's playing with speed. He's playing with physicality. He does multiple skills. You know, he stops the run. He's tackled well. He blitzes and he covers. And you know, in that league, I talked to one of the guys today, and he just came up to me and he goes, "Man," he said, "Two is playing," and he has. Been very proud of him.
Phil, what do you think about just what you were able to do against Sam Darnold as far as making him pick the ball out, pressuring him? I mean, I know it's like a double-edged sword type of challenge.
You know, early in the game, they were very concerned with our pressure. They were sprinting out. And probably one of the biggest plays of the game is we missed a sack on a 3rd and 8. We had a sprint out sack, and our backside was sort of asleep, and he threw all the way backside in a scramble. And but I think that I look back. You always look back and say, what would you do different? You know, if we would have been in zone on Kobe's play and they went bunch and motioned out and throw quick game, I mean, it was a 4-yard pass. I mean, guys, we got to make that play. If we were in zone, we had to make that play. I thought it was effective. I think that game, and just reminisce 3 plays. You know, and very simple, the 2 long runs and Daz's play, or the first vertical that he squatted in deep coverage. I mean, 3 plays that you can sit there and say that took us, that gave us an opportunity. And you know, in retrospect, you know, we knew. I think I talked to you about it. Tackling in space was going to be a premium. And you know, I think that the first long run, I mean, we did everything right, and we just at the end we left our feet. You know, it was right to the sideline. And then the second one, we had lost Daz. We lined up wrong at safety, but still, we were still in good position, and he just sort of, you know, creased us. But I think Sam was a really good player. Well, the best throw of the night was we had the double high-low coverage in the end zone on 3rd down. I mean, I thought Chad intercepted it. And it was just, I mean, if you saw, Chad told me, he said, "Coach, it just, I could feel the tip over my hand." We had an over and an under. And, you know, I thought that for whatever reason we didn't play with the edge, you know, with the sharpness that we had. We didn't make the plays in space that we had made. And they played harder than we did. I mean, that's Todd said, and it's true. I mean, they came out with a vengeance. They had something to prove, and they made plays, and we didn't.
So you felt like the calls, you were in the right call situation that those big plays, and just couldn't make the plays?
Well, you know, there's always things you can do. You know, like we knew with Rojo, we didn't want him to get to the perimeter. And if you noticed, I did a lot of plugging the linebackers early to keep him front side, which had helped. If I had a do-over, yeah, hell, I would change it. But I felt like you have to. Sometimes you can't be moving and doing things every play. You've got to have the integrity of your defense hold up. I thought they did a good job. You know, and he's getting so much better. But JJ had never played over a tight end, and they said, "All right, we're going to see if he can take a little pounding." And I thought the thing that I'm very proud of him, the first half, little bit of a little, and we tried to work it, but it's not like in the game. And but the second half, he went back out there and really nosed up.
It's also a situation for Evan Fields to get in the game after the Dallas Cardinals penalty. Now that you've reviewed film, how would you project that?
You know, we've said all along, Evan's going to be a really good player. He had his moments. I thought once again too, early on, he was in you know, his eyes, you know, got saucer big. I thought that he settled down, start tackling. You know, in high school, he was a big, strong guy. He could knock guys down, and you just love Evan Fields because he's so truthful. He said, come to the sideline, and you know that one play there was a penalty, and they'd already blown it dead, and he blew it. And I said, "Are you going to wrap up?" He goes, "Coach." He goes, "Yeah." He said, "You just can't knock these guys down." I said, "They're big boys," and I thought he got better. You know, he had 6 tackles. The game was fast for him. Slowed down a little bit, and I really appreciated. You know, he's a willing kid, and he's going to get better and better. He's got an extremely bright future.
It looks like Watson was practicing the game.
Yeah. Yes, he's back. Yes, we're very. We missed him. He's full go. Excuse me.
Ren also? Do you think
I think Ren will play also. Yeah, I do. He practiced today. Yeah, I just talked to him. He said, "Coach, I'll be ready." And Michael's done a good job of getting him, you know, back in the mix. When we went against team today, he went. So I feel like both of them be. You know, it was Todd and I talked about it with AJ. AJ probably could have played a little bit. I was concerned in pregame. I watched him, and I just felt like, you know, I didn't want him to, with those high ankle sprains, I didn't want to take the chance because we had 4 games left, and as sad as I was Saturday, I'm glad today. I think it was the right thing.
So, Evan Fields, he missed all of fall camp. How much progress have you seen, given his performance against USC? How much progress have you seen him make from the first weeks to now?
Oh, tremendous. It's been a tremendous jump. Evan was, you know, with missing, he came out and we moved him around a little bit, and you know, I was just telling them he got better and better during the game. You know, it slowed down for him a little bit.
Philip Lindsay is another really quality guy. Top the same level.
Yes, he's a good player.
Yeah. How do you kind of look at him compared to the guys you've seen Penny, you've seen?
You know, he's, you know, we played some great backs. I think he's right in the mix. I mean, he is you watch him against Arizona, you watch him against Oregon State. I mean, he can house it. I mean, he's a guy that if you don't tackle, wrap up, not a big guy, got great vision. He's got, I think, you know, Benjamin has those kind of things. He gets in. If you remember the play, Rojo, everybody thought the play was stopped. And there was a play in the game that front side, we blow it up. And backside, he reverses field. Our guys had folded. And guys like that, you have to track well. You have to, the secondary, the backside. I think Lindsey's one of those guys. You got to really play well on.
Colorado has 3 receivers who are pretty experienced
Yes.
players. So they have a diversity in their offense, and they play tempo. What do you think about the challenges in defending their passing attack?
Well, I think the quarterback, number 12, you know, when he's right, he played very well versus Cal. And you know, he has some guys at his disposal, and Lindsey can catch too. So yeah, they're definitely a challenge. Probably the best group of receivers that maybe we played. You know, when you go inside, and I'm gonna tell you something. Coach McIntyre's son is a little football player, and I think he gets overlooked. So they're able. One of the things I think they've done really well from last year, and they had to because they had a different quarterback, their personnel groupings. You know, they're 11 more, they're 12 more. They're able to do some things that probably last year they didn't do.
And they run quarterback power.
Yeah, quarterback power, quarterback counter, all those different things.
And what's the challenges with Montez and a quarterback who does that?
You know, the challenge is that guy, I don't think he's a burner. but he seems to sustain, plays, keeps them alive. And you better, if you get him back there, you better tackle him. He has extended a lot of plays, and he does a good job of keeping his eyes downfield.
Coach, you've seen the depth of this team this year with guys like Chase, Renell, George. How do you think, how important do you think it is for some guys who maybe haven't gotten a lot of playing time yet? How important do you think it is to the team's success, their preparation?
I think that you got 4 games to go. We played 8 games, and I think that some guys that Evan coming in the game and playing adequate, 10 points, and maybe it could have been even better than that had it just with one mistake. I think you grow with that. I think you got, like we're doing with the D line, trying to get more guys on the field, but you also have to earn it. You've got to be someone. I tell the players, we got to trust you. One thing that was a little bit uncharacteristic of us last week was our penalties. I told Tayshawn, I love Tayshawn Smallwood, great player, but I don't know in 40 years if I've ever had anybody have 3, 15-yard penalties, and we just can't do that. Okay, thank you guys.